Hello my friends, welcome to the Healthy Zone. Today I have another smoothie for you. This one is a lower carb smoothie, healthier fat smoothie. So if you are someone who's living the low carb lifestyle, perhaps even the keto lifestyle, this smoothie may be for you. So let's get into the ingredients and then we will give it a whirl. So for this smoothie, you will need, of course, some fresh basil. I have about 10 medium-sized basil leaves washed, and basil fresh is very important for this recipe. You will need a knob of ginger, and I take about an inch. This is a smaller piece. They only had really small ginger. I'm not really crazy about that, but sometimes the smaller ginger has better flavor. You will need a pinch of Himalayan sea salt. This is the pink. You can also use Celtic sea salt. I don't use regular table salt outside of boiling water when I need it for pastas. You get more mineral content in these types of salts. You will need some vanilla extract. You will need either a regular lime, or if you have key lime in your area, it is so worth it to try it in this smoothie. I was lucky enough to find a bag the other day and I've been going crazy with them. And key lime are much smaller. They're a little bit more acidic and tart. They are so wonderful in this smoothie or any of the other smoothies that I've been bringing to you. I will say that you may see them a little more on the yellow side. That means they're actually riper than green, because when they are fully ripe, they are yellow, but they still have great flavor. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of hemp seed. You will also need your choice of protein powder. Now, to keep this low carb, it is important that you go with a low carb. And this is a low carb protein powder. It is by Primal Kitchen. It's the Vanilla Coconut Primal Fuel. I love the vanilla coconut flavor. I also use the chocolate. It's very good. But it only has 6 net carbs to it. And I only use half a serving of it. I like to keep my smoothies a little lower in calories. This one here, for a full serving, it's 190 calories. So let's get started. And you'll also need a beautiful mug, of course, and some ice. I have about 6, 7 ice cubes. And you'll need something to juice your limes. And you will, of course, need something to zest your ginger. I use a microplane. Now I'm going to use my Ninja Professional today. I do prefer my Vitamix. Nothing beats the Vitamix to me, but I bought this and I like to show it in videos for those of you who are wondering about a good blender that cannot afford the Vitamix, because it's very expensive. And but it's well worth every penny you spend on it. So this one here I bought at, I don't know, I might have found this at Home Goods or Bed Bath & Beyond, but I didn't pay much, over $70 for it. So I'm going to use the large cup, and then the top is the actual grate to it that blends the smoothie up. So let's get started here. I forgot my liquid. Let me go get my liquid. Okay, you will also need some sort of milk. You can also use water, but I feel water, I don't know, it loses something for me. I've tried it both ways. So I stick with my toasted coconut almond milk blend, and it's carrageenan free. That's what's very important to me. And I find this at my grocery store. I find it at Target. Just give it a good shake, and you're only going to use 1 cup of this. So I have my measuring cup, and I'm going to pour 1 cup of the, and that's just about what I have here. So we're going to go ahead and pour it in this cup. Now, I will say that when you're working with this, it does have a maximum fill line on all of the cups you get. That's another advantage over my Vitamix, is I don't need to worry about how much liquid I'm putting in there, but this one you do. Okay, so we have our vanilla coconut milk. It's not vanilla, it's toasted coconut. And I'm just going to throw in, and you don't need to chop them up. Now, if you don't have a really good blender, you might want to give these a rough chop just before using them, because you don't want to bruise them. So we're going to go ahead and just throw that in. And then I am going to add the hemp seed. I forgot to mention that you're going to need the star of the show, the avocado. You must have an avocado, my friends. Make sure that it is ripe. I'm just going to slice my avocado. I'm just going to move the avocado, not really the knife, all the way around. And then you just give it a twist and it opens up to the beautiful avocado. We're going to take just half of the avocado, and if you don't want to use the whole half because you want to keep your calories even lower, just use a quarter. You can freeze avocado. They even sell them now frozen. Do you remember years ago, or maybe a good year and a half ago, I was making a smoothie and I froze my avocados? Well, now they sell bags of them. So don't be afraid to freeze your avocado the night before if you don't want to buy a whole bag of frozen or you can't find them, because it does make for a very creamy cold smoothie then, and that's important to me. It has to be cold. Okay, so we have our avocado in there. So now I'm going to put on my handy dandy ginger glove because we don't need any skin in there, and I'm going to pretty much microplane or grate this whole piece of ginger into my smoothie. And if you feel like you're going to spill your cup over doing it this way, just go ahead and do it on the cutting board and then just put it all inside. But I have been doing it for so long this way that I've gotten used to how much pressure and how to control it without spilling. Not to say that one video I might not just spill it over, because you know, we are live. And with this glove you can get right down to the nitty-gritty of this piece of ginger because you're not going to cut your fingers with it. Okay, so I put the whole inch of the ginger in, and then just tap your microplane and turn it over and get all of that ginger. Now, I use ginger for inflammation, but it does have a little bit of a kick to it, so you know, use accordingly to your taste, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do, let's do our pinch of sea salt. And this is very important because it brings all the flavors together, but you just need a pinch. Excuse me. And then we're just going to put a little bit of vanilla, just maybe a quarter of a teaspoon or maybe even an eighth of a teaspoon. And not a lot, just a little bit. These flavors all work so well together. And now we have our beautiful key lime. And I'm going to first zest, I want to keep this in your view. First I'm going to zest only the green part off of a kiwi, only one of them. You don't need it off of all three. And you want to make sure that you do zest this before you cut it. It's easier for you. And you notice I'm just kind of scraping it. I'm not going back and forth because I don't want to add the pith. The pith gets a little bit bitter, where the zest just adds the right amount of flavor. And I'm just going to go around the whole lime. You don't have to get every single part of the green off, but I try to get a fair amount of it. Okay, so there we have it. So now you're going to have some zest stuck in here, so you want to do the same thing you did with the ginger. Just tap it off, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut those beautiful key lime in half, and I'm using 3 of them. Now, if you're going to squeeze these with your fingers, there are really a lot of seeds in a key lime, so you want to make sure that you keep those out of the smoothie. That is why I use this beautiful lime press, which you can find at your grocery stores, Home Goods. We are just going to squeeze all of that beautiful lime juice in, and this does it so well, and it just makes your life a whole lot easier to have one of these. Now, if you have one that's yellow for lemons, you can definitely use it for limes. You can't really get a lemon into the lime one, but you can get limes into the lemon one, because limes are usually smaller than a lemon. Alright, so, and I'm on a lime kick right now, if you haven't noticed. But we're just going to take all of them. Now, I like a strong lime and ginger flavor running through this smoothie, and I'm telling you, if you see key lime, just go ahead and grab a little bit of them. Or grab a whole bag. They're so worth it if you're going to make all my smoothies. So now I'm just going to take a scoop of this protein powder, and I do a level one, pretty much level, and I'm just going to dump it in. And that is pretty much this smoothie, my friends. So now we will just add a couple of ice cubes, and I'm going to put about, let's put 5 in, and my ice cubes are just about a normal size. And then I'm just going to get rid of the rest. Now you may need to thin this smoothie out a little bit with water. That is totally up to you. So for this, you just screw the top on, and then you come over here, you line up the grooves. And now you're just going to turn it over, and you take the top off. And this is why it's important not to overfill these. See, now this is a thicker smoothie, so you could actually eat it with a spoon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water and thin it out. And it gets this creamy and thick because of the avocado. So hang on. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of ice cold water. Now Okay, so we have given it another whirl with some water, which takes it down to a really nice consistency. And we're just going to take this beautiful smoothie now and pour it into a pretty cup. And believe it or not, my friends, this will keep you full for hours. So there you have it, a beautiful avocado, basil, ginger smoothie. I make this all the time. I absolutely love it. Let me go ahead and give it a taste. I'm going to use a little straw with it. So let's see. Oh my goodness. This is a favorite of mine, but this must be cold. So make sure that you add nice ice cold water and enough ice cubes to really make it cold. But outside of that, the basil, the ginger, and the lime, they just all come together. It tastes fabulous, my friends. And I will put all of the information below. Let me know if you're going to try this beauty. She is perfect. But remember, your basil must be fresh, all right? All right, so that's it for the Healthy Zone. Thanks for stopping by. Go out and enjoy your day. Try to keep moving so you stay healthy, my friends. Until next time, I love you guys. Have a great day.